Hey guys, Matt Bull here, Director of Coaching at Action Coach in Loughborough. Here this week with your weekly insight into the hacks, tips, skills, knowledge and motivation you need to take your business and yourself to the next level. We are all about high performance here and helping you achieve everything you want out of life by getting your business to achieve everything it can as well. In this week's video, we're going to look at the two superpowers that we all have as individuals that you need to tap into. And we're also going to look at the things that you need to know to make sure that you fulfill your potential. Let's get on with the video. We're halfway through the year, 6 months in, 6 months that nobody thought would happen. All plans from January are probably out the window, and we are on a completely different trajectory to where we want to be by the end of this year. So goal setting is one area that a lot of business owners struggle with. A lot of business owners very good at identifying what they want to achieve, but not very good at actually making it happen, getting to the end of the 90 days, end of the year and going, well, I'm kind of not where I want to be. And that creates with us a sense of anxiety and frustration that our current reality does not match where we want to be. So when we talk about goal setting, first of all, we have to look at ourselves as individuals and identify what I call the two greatest powers that we have as business owners and individuals. And often when people think about that, they talk about their technical ability, their confidence, their ambition, I'm driven, I'm motivated, all of these types of words. Actually, one of the greatest superpowers we have, the first one that I like to talk about, is the fact that we are completely in control of our time and what we do with our time. And it's the one thing we have absolute control of. Now, when clients say to me, oh, Matt, I haven't got enough time, they get a pretty short answer from me is, no, that's absolute rubbish. How you spend your time and what you choose to do with your time is your choice. And it's one of the greatest assets that we have as a human is that we have the ability between the trigger and of the event and the reaction. We have conscious choice in the middle, and we have the ability to make a choice about what we do with our time. So don't kid yourself that you don't have enough time. You're simply choosing to spend it doing things that are not aligning with where you want to be and what your goals are. So I encourage you and encourage all my clients to draw this graph. Over time, we want to grow. Everyone agree with that as time progresses, we want to see growth in our business and in ourselves as individuals. At any point in time, we have a current trajectory. So we're growing at a certain rate, and we need to understand which parts of our life are growing and which aren't. So just take a moment now to think, are all parts of my life growing in the way that I want them to grow? And as James Clear said in his book, Atomic Habits, be more concerned about your trajectory than you are about your goal. Yeah, we can set any goal we want in the world, but if we're not heading in that right direction towards that goal, then we know we're never going to get anywhere near it. So we're heading in a certain way. We've got our current trajectory. We've identified the areas of life that are important. We need to be aware of the fact there are opportunities all around us at any point in time. And as humans and as business owners always will say that, yeah, there's loads of opportunity out there. I just can't get to it. I know what the opportunity is there. But we need to be clear about what we need to do to actually step up and take these opportunities. And by stepping up and taking the opportunities around us, we can adjust our trajectory. By stepping up and saying, I'm going to do something that I've not done before. We adjust our trajectory. And by choosing our choice around what we do with our time is what we use as the key tool to adjust our trajectory. And we make choices on a year by year, quarter by quarter, month by month, week by week, day by day, even hour by hour, minute by minute. We are making choices. We're making choices about whether we're going to step up and take the opportunities to adjust our trajectory, or we're going to make the choices that are going to maintain our trajectory at its current level, or potentially even make our trajectory go down so we're not moving forward. So if we're stepping up and taking these opportunities, we're moving ahead. If we choose not to, That's the opportunity cost of not stepping up. That's the opportunity cost of staying where we are. That's what I call, that's when we're leaving stuff on the table. And as business owners who want to grow their business, I'm not in to the idea of leaving stuff on the table. How happy does it make you feel knowing that by not stepping up, by not taking the opportunities, you are not fulfilling your potential and taking your trajectory to the next level? So if we get this awareness that from time, the choices of what we do with our time enables us to step up to the next level of our trajectory, what is the other superpower that we need to make it happen? And this is the one that actually holds most people back. What we do as business owners is pretty easy to identify what needs to be done to go to the next level. The main area that we struggle with as business owners and individuals is self-belief. And how much do we actually believe that we are capable of taking ourselves to the next level and stepping up to that next level, stepping up and adjusting our trajectory? So ask yourself now, how strong is your belief that what you want to achieve, what you want in life, in the next year, in the next 90 days, how strong do you believe that you can make it happen? Because without that belief, you're not going to make the tough choices. You're not going to make the choices to spend your time doing things that are going to adjust your trajectory. And our job as coaches, obviously, is to give you that belief. So ask yourself, when you're thinking about now, what a good 90 days, what a good 2020 looks like. How in charge of your time are you in the decisions you make to adjust your trajectory? And how much do you believe that you're capable of actually stepping up, identifying the opportunities and shifting that trajectory? Now, one of the big areas when we talk about belief is what gets in the way of our belief. What gets in the way of self-belief? And one of the key areas we talk about is head trash. It's the idea of what's getting in the way. What is it that's stopping us believing? And without understanding what is getting in the way of us having 100% belief in our ability to achieve our goals, we will never hit our potential. Having that belief enables us to find a way. It means that you will make it happen. It means that you trust yourself, you trust your team, you trust the plan you've got, you trust everything so much that your belief is 10 out of 10 that you will make it happen. But what stops us actually having this belief? And these are these interferences, this head trash. And we need to eliminate those to make us hit our potential. Again, over time, we have a performance grade, and over time, we expect our performance to improve. We've just said that. We always want to be getting better. Our current performance trajectory is potentially like that. Our potential is up here. We need to understand what this performance gap is, or what is stopping us and what is getting in the way of us actually fulfilling our potential. And that performance gap, as I call it, is what creates anxiety. It's a difference between where we are now and where we want to be. And we need to understand that. We need to understand what it is that's getting in the way of us fulfilling our potential. It might be what we know. It could be self-doubt. It could be our belief in ourselves, as we're saying, key human performance indicator. Our energy levels, what we choose to do with our time, or our fitness, both mentally, physically, and in terms of our body. So understanding these is what will enable us to step up, to fulfill our potential. But we can only step up when we've got a solid foundation to what we do. And when people talk about their foundation, what I'm asking for here is people to understand, what is my foundation? What does good look like for me from the point of view of various parts of my life? Because by having the foundation, that gives us the ability to step up and make decisions about ourselves and about our business where we are crystal clear that it aligns with who we want to be. If we're not moving forward in a way with our business that aligns with who we want to be as an individual, again, current performance and reality, there's a gap, and that creates frustration. And too often clients are working on their business without thinking about themselves and wondering why they actually end up not liking their business. It's because the two aren't aligned. So we need to have clarity below these key areas, foundations for life, as I call them. Health and fitness, our intellectual life, what that looks like. What am I looking to learn? My emotional life, am I in control of my emotions? My character, who am I as a person? My spiritual life, whether it be religion or understanding our place in the world. Your love relationship, parenting, social life, finances, career, your quality of life, and actually what you want your life to look like from a vision perspective. So without understanding what good looks like for all of these areas at the bottom here, how can we ever be expected to fulfill our potential? And more importantly, and this is the key bit, without understanding what good looks like for these areas, the frustration is they hold us back. So we can work on identifying the interferences to enable us to step up. But without clarity of these areas at the bottom, these are areas going to hold us back. If I know that my emotional life, I don't know what good looks like, and I've got frustrations and I've got things holding me back, I can't step up. If I know that there's some areas of my social life, of my finances that I need to get in place from a foundation, if they are not in place, I can't step up, they're holding me back. So to really ensure that we're operating at full potential, we need to understand what we're doing with our time. It's a key superpower. Make sure we've got the belief. Make sure we're focusing on eliminating these interferences that enable us to step up and reach our potential. But also make sure we've got a foundation, and that the foundation to us as individuals, we are crystal clear on that to enable us to fulfill our potential, but also to ensure that we've got no areas of our life holding us back from fulfilling our potential. So as you think about what a good rest of 2020 looks like, as you think about what a good next 90 days looks like, just think about those key areas, the choice about what you do with your time, your self-belief, and also the interferences getting in the way of you reaching your potential, and also the foundational elements to your life and what may be holding you back. By looking at those 4 key areas, you're going to be in an amazing position to really push on through 2020 and make it one of the best years you've ever had. Hope you've enjoyed that. Would love to speak to you. Any of these areas, they're a massive part of how I coach. If anything jumps out here and you want to explore it further, get me online. Gifted coaching session, 45 minutes. More than happy to talk you through these areas and what that might mean for you and how you can live the best life you can. Catch up with you next week.